out. We're slightly late because I've been working with Jake, who quite often works on the stream with me and chats. I've been working with Room 117, and I've also been working with Baramok, who get into the chat with me. Speaking of which, the chat's not open. I'll see what that looks like in a second. And I cannot get multiplayer Minecraft Education Edition to work. I have the ports open. I have their TCP UDP 19132 attached to the correct IP address. Man, it will not work. It will not work. So just another prime example of something that should work and doesn't. And now I don't know why the chat is not working on this computer. Let me just see. Close that window. Right, there we are. Let's just open up the chat. So I'm going to open up the chat and see who's in. But what I need to do first of all is just apologise to those who thought that they might be on this stream with me. It's not going to be possible for this one, but I am going to have to work with some people to troubleshoot this, because going forward, it would be nice if this worked. Sorry, learning like a boss. I know I went away and reset my router, and when I came back, I jumped on with 117 to see, well, maybe it's not, maybe it's just at their end, like Barry's end or whatever. Couldn't do it. So we'll come back, we'll do some troubleshooting together. In the meantime, let's start with our stream. So you see that I've made a few changes as well. I've added some stone in here, which I thought was quite nice. I need to change, whoops. I'm just gonna, there we are. I keep doing that with the wrong type of stone. It's really just a bit more terraforming, and there's also, I noticed there's some sand that I need to add round the edge. Good day to you, Thomas. I hope all is well with you in Austria. Yeah, you know what? When Microsoft develops Education Edition, the online... But this is the weird thing. I've had people in already. I've had some people in the US in, and I've had some people in France in, and so I don't understand. And that was when I didn't have the rule set up. This port forwarding didn't have it, and my port just let them join. My router just let them join, and then there was kind of like, no, you can't do that. You need to set up this router. And then I set up the router port forwarding, and now it doesn't work. And I'm just like, yeah. And it is unreliable. And you know what? I mean, this is just me trying to connect with 3 people to do a stream. Imagine you had a class, or worse, a school set. Like, this is not healthy. Stuff like this needs to be better. But anyway, I'm going to just quit this for the moment. It turns out I'm hosting this world still. And I am going to save and exit. And it is unreliable. That's the thing. It's the fact that if there was a single solution fix, we could do... yeah, let me just close that down and go to here and MCEdit. If there was a single kind of fix that meant, oh, right, I've done this, therefore it's going to work. But it's not. It's like, do this and it may work. And that's just not good enough, I think, particularly for large school groups and things like remote learning. And I mean, you're talking, I mean, I've been using Minecraft for years, and this is the sort of stuff that I shouldn't be struggling with. But we just, you know, that's an afternoon gone trying to get this to work. It's just not ideal. Anyway, what is that looking like? That's what I wanted. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to change it. I'm going to do replace. Tammy, it is wonderful to see you on here. How are you? Great. Good times, Thomas. I'm really glad that Thomas in Austria has just launched a new EDU tenant, so all pupils and teachers of Austria have the possibility to use Minecraft Teams and Minecraft, etc. Good times. Very, very good times. Tammy's fabulous. as always. You actually are fabulous. That's the thing, Tammy. You may feel fabulous, which is great, but know that you are. Where else are we going to go with this? So we're going to change stone to sand, because I want the sea to have that sort of sand look replace. There we are. And then what we can do is we can extend that over this way. So Tammy, I don't know if you've been following our streams, but we've now advanced to a program, a third-party piece of software called, that's going to be the water there. So let's do that. Called MCEdit, and that's what we're doing now. We're making, we're basically making worlds using MCEdit, which means that we can change. So for example, I've just changed that whole platform there to sand, which previously would have taken me weeks, possibly, well, not that particular thing, but this world would have taken weeks to build, and we can mold it and use it using MCEdit much, much, much quicker. Oh yeah, so you have, brilliant, 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 good. And so we're almost done here with the landscape. I've added the little waterfall and things. Everybody safe and well over there in Seattle? Tammy, you're out the way, right? You're out in the sticks. Well, when all of this is over, come on over. Come on. You always have a home in Scotland. You just turn up. That is a fact. Right, I think I'm going to leave that there. I can see there that I've made a hole in the wall there, and I made a hole in the wall there, and then there's a bit of bridge still up here because we showed the bridges earlier, which was fantastic. I also need to fix these, but I can do that manually later. It's probably easier manually. We're still going to have the glue. Spokane. That sounds like such a cool place. Just American. That's the way Americans say it. I'm in Spokane. Like it's just a thing. We only hear about places like that in movies. Spokane is like where Bigfoot and the Hendersons was filmed. Harry and the Hendersons, whatever way you. I mean, I don't think it was, but it looked like it should have been. Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to. Actually, you and I should chat. I have some news, which we'll talk about later. Let's go fill with water. And then fill that. There we go. That was it. There was a little bit of land sticking out there that I didn't necessarily need. Just to make this quicker, because this will take time, I'm going to take this bit and I'm just going to fix it. Where shall we fix it up to? There. And then we're just going to go fill with. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a video chat, you and I. I don't want to do replace with. I want to do there. I just want to do that and put grey wool, grey concrete, done, fill. Here we are. And then, plus I want to find out how you're getting on with your project that we spoke about last time. Fill. Although I imagine everything's kind of ground to a halt. Now here's the thing. This little thing here's nice, but I need to move this because we don't. Let me just copy and paste that. Remember we used copy and paste? Captured too many, so let's draw that. Let's draw that back in a bit. From there to there to there. There we are. Copy and paste. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate that so that it's now facing the right way, and I'm going to put it there. And that just means I'll maybe change this. I'll change that, I think, to something, what is that made of? think that's white concrete. So what I'll do is I'll just do Robbie Hayes. By the way, my keyboard is a pain in the backside. It's mechanical and it's right beside the mic, and it kind of needs to be because of the way my desk's set up. And so all you guys can hear is, which is ridiculous. And so I bought these little things, these little rings, rubber rings, and I took all the keys out and I put them on one at a time. And it took me ages. I sat one night and I just, little rubber rings that I bought on the internet, and I put them on. And I laid them all out. And this is one of those lessons about bug testing, right? Because I laid them all out, and then when I was finished, I got the first key, which was the escape key, and I clicked it back in and I pressed it and it did this. Not a difference. Not a single, I could have recorded the sound and ran them side by side in Audacity and it would have looked exactly the same. It's unbelievable. And I'd spent easily 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back putting rubber rings on the back of keys that weren't going to work. Unbelievable. I do have a quieter keyboard behind me, which I must swap out. What I like about this keyboard though is that it has USB slots on it. So I kind of use them, and I'm like, the other one doesn't. So anyway, I do hope you're well, Robbie, wherever in the world you are. And I'm acutely aware that we keep missing each other. I do get that. I'm so bad. Right, let's look for white concrete. And we're going to swap that. Look for white concrete and replace with, there we are. So now if I deselect that, Robbie, some of you will be aware of our project on, let me just nudge that to the side and nudge that to the side. There we are. Some of you will be aware of our project in Scotland, the BBC Build It Scotland project. And Robbie was a key player in that project. And, oh, they're stuck up there, right? I see what's going on. Deselect, right. I'll get rid of that manually later. I just wanted to put it over there because now we're not just, I think what I might do is repeat it later and have, in fact, you know what, I will just put that back, because I think what I'll do is I'll move it up and I'll have all of them along there as a, let's try this, let's go nudge up. No, that wasn't true. It needs to be, it's nudge up. Here we are. And then we'll copy paste. Actually, escape that. I want to go back because I want to capture. Oh, I've left it behind anyway, so that's okay. So let's just, and we're not copying air, are we? So we're just going to have that. Then we're going to do, yeah, let's do it. Genuinely, let's do it. I'm a nightmare for saying stuff like that. So what we're going to have 4, aren't we? Ah, it's not going to work. I wanted to have water equals electricity, and then we'll do like wind equals electricity, biomass equals electricity, and solar equals electricity. Which we could technically put down the bottom there, but it's kind of out the way. I wonder if we could do 1, 2, 3, 4 in that space. Let me see if I can take that one away and do paste instead. Nah, it's not going to work. It's going to be too tight. 2, 3, 4. We could try that. So let me just take that out. Oh, no. So you know what? Let's just. Oh wow! So that's not. Wow, that's just knotted that out. So I'll just get rid of this one. Might might as well. Let's try something different. Good, I'm glad, Robbie, and yeah, let's definitely catch up. When all of this madness is over, we'll be desperate to see people, right? Ah, that was wrong. Tell you why that's wrong. I've also done the same down there. Do you see I've left a hole in the wall? It's me not paying attention. Slowly, catchy monkey. Okay, so let's try, actually what am I doing? I want to try this one and I want to go nudge. Let's have that there. Yep. And then copy and paste. And then have one. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so that's, let's put it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 in. And technically 2 down. Right, there we are. And then have that one matching at the top, but technically, see, it's still going to be there. It doesn't matter. It's the same. What I would need to do is have some sort of overlap. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do is move that belt. That's what I'll do. I don't understand why it doesn't undo the paste. It's really strange. Once it, see how it's been pasted, it's just not taking that out anymore. So let's get that and get rid of it. Whoops. Oh, right, okay, so let's just get that one, pull it down there. Make sure we're not interrupting anything. No, we're good, we're good. That must be 2 blocks wide. That's incredible, but it says it's only 1. There we are. Is that popping out over the other side? This is so fiddly. But it's not, is it? No, that's level. Right, okay. So then we're going to do fill with swap fill. Right, that filled that back up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. I don't really need that. And I'm not going to get rid of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it, actually, because I like that one of the bottles is missing. I think that's a really nice piece. Whoops. So let's just take, we don't need that in flush with the wall. No. And then yeah. That's flush with the wall. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that. Ah, I missed one, look. I missed the bottom. Oh. There. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to extend to this second bottle. Pull out and delete. Okay, then I'm going to paste and we're going to put that back in. That's right, isn't it? Yep. And enter. Deselect. Okay, so bottle removed. Empty bottle in there, left myself lots of space for, finally, left myself lots of space for this little project here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that. That's not true. We're going to, where is it? There. We're going to nudge this one over. There we are. And then we could probably do with nudging that one down, using the shift key just to nudge it down, then copy and paste. And and we'll have the second one there. Third one there. Fourth one there. There we are. And then I'll just change those symbols to be wind, bio, and solar equals electricity. What do you think? Think that's better? I think that's nice. It's just the walls are just for information anyway. They're just for decor. We've got the water. We've done the biomes. We've got the beach now done. I finished the sand today. We've got the walls done. The cliffs done. The biomes, the fish, the waterfall, the walls. Right. So let's start building. Save. Let's get in and start doing the renewable energies. And it's going to take a bit of reminding, because what I want to do as well is create a little code pack to go with this. So we're going to do redstone and we're going to do a code pack, and that's going to ship with this when it's finished. So let's quit this and head back out. There's a lot of people in tonight. There's a lot of people in tonight. That's crazy good. I reckon that's what it is, Barry. I reckon we've hit the jackpot with that blog post of yours. Post it in the chat here. Post it in the Twitch chat for me, just in case anyone who's viewing hasn't seen it. There we are. So you'll see there that the sand has been added, which is lovely. That makes that whole beach area look much better with the fish and stuff. And then if we head up over the hill here, we should see, there we are, there's our new model, and I'll fix those later. That one's on there. Let's just take that away because I don't want it touching that. In fact, let's just make that go up to, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know why that's there. I mean, as far as logos are concerned, I'm not even sure it's necessary, but we can leave that there as a bit of a thing. That'll do. Okay, thanks, Barry. If anybody's interested in the blog post that Barry in Wales has written for educators, it's in twitch.tv/immersive minds. If you join me on twitch.tv/immersive minds, you get access to that blog post. I'll be posting it out straight after this anyway on my Facebook and Twitter. Having said that, I haven't read it, so I could be posting this out and it could be defamation. It could be a worrying thing. And I'm just like, yeah, somebody's written about me. It could also be in Welsh, which wouldn't be a bad thing, by the way. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous language, just like my own Scots Gaelic, but I wouldn't know how to read it. You wouldn't do that to me, would you, Barry? You wouldn't tease me like that. Make me learn Welsh. Right, let's go. So we've clearly got, I'm just fixing these tubs. These are just decorative. They just look like the tubs, you know, like the little Warhammer stuff that, where are we? Let me just get that and that and that. These are just the tubs that hold stuff in it. So that there is holding in some of the dark stuff that was for painting the box. This is holding in some of the grass. This one, when it's finished, obviously holding in some of the stuff for the trees. It's just those little, it's purely decorative. and they're clipped in. See, they're being held in by these clips. We think of everything. Speaking of which, let me show you what happens when you build things on a massive scale. Anybody want to see a classroom? Want to see a classroom? I'll show you a classroom. Let's skip out of this for a moment. I just want to show you what happens when you build to scale. We're really passionate about this. I know you've already seen the art world, some of you, where we built Claude Monet's studio and so on, and a recreation of the Sistine Chapel at 1 to 17,000 scale, or 17,000 to 1. But actually, there is another world which we're particularly proud of. Look at all these worlds, man. It's all I do with my life. I dream in cubes, you know that? I dream in cubes. Why can't I find it? It's certainly not there. It's not in there. Why is it not on this PC? Okay, give me a second while I just find it. I'll be back in a sec. I have a folder with all of my worlds in it. Here we go. Oh. Why is that failing? Oh, when I find it, it actually fails. Here we go. Important world. This should be it. So what we did was we have built, and this world I'll do a full blog post on, a full live stream on, but this world is an entire classroom. Some of you will not remember what one of these looks like in like another week, but this is an entire classroom made only using white concrete. And we kind of knew this was going to work. When I first kind of put it to my builders, they were like, nah, it'll never work. And I said it will, because the lighting in, as opposed to Java, the lighting in Bedrock Edition is incredible. And so this is what you get. You get this lovely, lovely lighting, and we've just made the roof glass so that the sun can come through it. But you end up with this gorgeous lighting that lights everything else up and makes it look as if it's... you can make the shapes out. And actually I was inspired by a wonderful game called The Unfinished Swan on the PlayStation. And The Unfinished Swan is just an amazing game about a boy that goes inside a painted canvas, and it's just white. He goes into a blank canvas and he paints it by flicking paint around. It's available on the PlayStation, and you use the Move controllers to flick paint, and it's amazing. And I was like, and it reveals shapes. I was like, what if there were shapes in the room and you could only see them on the account of light? When I was at university 20 years ago, I studied art, and one of the things that I spent an entire year studying was light, just light. And I studied an art form called chiaroscuro, which was the art of light. And how, so if you think about this, this was the sort of concept I built my entire theory on. If you stand in the Great British Hedgerow on an autumn day, a crisp, sunny autumn day, the human eye, the good human eye, can pick up millions of colours, all of the golds and greens and oranges and purples and browns that come with autumn. And the field, the yellow field behind, and the trees and the blue sky, and it's all just incredible. And you see form, you see hedge, you see tree, you see car, tractor, field, hill, you see all of that. But as the sun goes down and it goes into twilight, you lose that form and you lose that colour, until eventually it's nighttime and there is no form or colour. And so my process was on understanding that everything else comes from light. Colour comes from light, form comes from light, perspective comes from light, all of that sort of stuff comes from light. And so years later, I find myself building a world and a classroom that is just made of light, effectively. That's all this is, because it's all the same material. And so it's a study, really, of light. Now, if you're still with us, Tammy, if you're still with us, I made you home. I reckon you're out here somewhere, right? Let's put a yellow dot where I think you are. Is Tammy still with us? She's still with us. She's listening. I reckon you are there. I'm now waiting. I'm just like, this is like the kid waiting to see if he got a green tick in the classroom. I reckon that's where you are. And so this is our little classroom, and there's a 3D printer, and there's a CNC lathe, and there's tools. And basically what happens is, I'll do a full stream about this, but the kids make their way around the tables and they have tasks to complete. And they complete those tasks, as you can see there. There's storyboarding, and there's mapping, and there's writing to-do lists, and there's planning, and there's you know, positive thinking, and it's amazing little world. And it's for executive function. It's for executive function thought processes and things like autism and Asperger's, and it's proving massively successful and massively popular. So we'll do a full thing about that. But the reason I wanted to show you it was because of scale. It's all about understanding scale. If I want to be the size of a fly, I need to understand what a chair roughly looks like, and what a table looks like, and what a pencil lying on the floor is going to look like, or a cardboard box with handles that I can fly through, even though they're technically made for the human hand. He says, unable to fly through them, and so on. And there we have art. Look, this is a neat teacher, by the way. Is this you? All staplers in a row. Ink jars in a row. Scissors. This is my scissor tray. And all of my scissors are in a row. The lighting is amazing, right? The shadows are fantastic. Doesn't work in Java. Doesn't work nearly as well in Java. Paint pots hanging up. And so on. It's lovely. And of course we have our stuff over here. I think Tammy's left us. That's a shame. I will learn at some point whether or not I was right about that question. Laptops, hey, look at this. Laptops. Beep, 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 beep. Sweet. So scale is really important. And so if I head out of here, and then go back into here, you can see that the ToyBox worlds that we've built are a juxtaposition of scale. So what we're looking at is a real scale of a dam. Everything in the box as a lesson is real scale, but the box itself is not. So suddenly you're confused, kind of like in the art world that we did. So it's just like, I am a visitor of a dam, and that is a pretty real, high, convincing dam. But actually, the dam is contained inside a giant briefcase, which means technically I'm the size of an ant on a model of a dam. And it's stuff like that that genuinely gets the kids engaged and gets them thinking, and makes them love the world that they're in. So have a think about that. Scale is super, super, super important. I might actually do a stream on scale and show you all the different, because we've got loads of different scales of worlds. Maybe just do a stream purely focused on the creation of the illusion of scale. Right, where was I? What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was fixing these. For some reason that one is missing the edge. There we are. So it's 2 out of 4, done. And then this one we're going to do the same with, so we're just going to start there and go 1, 2. And is this an alignment, yeah? No, it's not. There's a whole set missing. That's the label, by the way, on the side. If that was sitting down properly, that would be the label. We think of everything. Something tells me that one's bigger. There we are, that one's correct. Is that? Yeah, it is 4. Okay, they're not bigger. They're not. It's just my imagination. Just your imagination. Great song from the 1980s by Erasure, Imagination. On a completely underrated album of the time, which is, it's one of those things you could listen to any radio station over here in the UK, for example. You could listen to BBC, Radio 2, or any of the other ones, and you'd never hear that song. You'd never hear a song from that album. Or maybe just nobody's an Erasure fan. And maybe, you know, maybe. I've seen them twice live. Outstanding, incredible. Vince Clarke, just mind-blowing. There we are. And then we'll just fill this with the lid. Can I get logged into Bedrock Edition with an account I used to have on Java? No, they are separate. They're different products, Robbie. So what you'd have to do is buy Bedrock. I'm actually using Education Edition, which is a completely separate one again. Well, I say that. It's a variation of Bedrock, but you need another login altogether. You actually need an education account, which is linked to Office 365. So, but yeah, if you want to get into Bedrock, whoops, that was wrong. If you want to get into Bedrock, you need a new account altogether, and you can buy that in the Microsoft Store, or you can go to Minecraft.net and still buy Bedrock there. Right, last one, folks. I know it's not the most engaging piece of the stream to watch me putting a lid on a plastic tub, right? But hey, this is what makes worlds as detailed and original as they are. Oh, that is right. It's that one that's wrong. Okay, is that right? Did I miss something there? Yeah, that's it. And then we just fill with glass and we're done, and that's just a job done, thank goodness. Something wrong inside of that one. Did I just? I did. No, I couldn't have. I'm not even sure what's going on there, but that's okay. It looks fine when it's up on the wall. It's funny because over the years we've had this, we've built this portfolio over 11 years. And I think it was Bronze Stucky. She joins us sometimes on the stream. She'd asked something online once and I'd said, oh look, here's here's what we did 5 years ago. And then there was another group chat and somebody said something and I said, oh, here's what we did 5 years ago, and here's what we did 4 years ago, here's what we did 8 years ago. And it got to the point where I think Bronze Stucky said to me at one point, she was like, is there nothing you haven't done? And I'm just like, I kind of just sort of forget that sometimes, that we've got, you know, classrooms and the Sistine Chapel and maths worlds and science worlds and history toy boxes and earth science and the refugee crisis, and it's just like, there's so much we've done. I forget. I don't even have all the worlds on my computer anymore. You know, I have to go and get them and download them. But that's what this stream is for. I'll do world showcases as we go around. So there we go. So those tubs are finished. Let's get rid of the bridge. I wanted to do the bridge. And then what I'll do is I'll start building. And we'll just, before I finish tonight's stream, we'll at least get one concept, one renewables concept built up. And then at the end, when it's all done, we'll all get to select the colour of the box and the material. Because I actually quite like it dark, but then I'm not sure if we need to keep it that way. So let's just see what comes up. Right. You want me to code the tide? Are we going to do we're going to do the tide first, are we? Right. Barry's voting for the tide. Right. Let's do the tide first then. So Barry gets first vote on the tide. Room 117, you get to decide what's second. What are we doing tomorrow at 12? You decide. Because I know that's super early in the morning for you, so if you're going to get up and watch it, it has to be something you want to see. So let's carve ourselves out a bit more of a beach for this. And then let's try and remember how we did it. Actually, I reckon we could get the whole beach doing it. What do you think? I don't want to do it on a small scale. I'd rather it actually worked. Although we were going to do... I'm going to try something, and I'm going to do this in a different world just so I can try it. Water test, creative, peaceful, flat, because I only need a flat, quick flat world. Always day, perfect weather, play. I've got an idea. So, because the last time we did it was with code, but I can't rely on everyone being able to access Code Builder, or, you know, it might not be the thing that the teacher wants to do. And so, let's do a, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, dispensers. What happened there? Dispensers. And water. Oh, I'm going to need lots. I've done it again. I'm going to need lots of water. So let's just... Then we're going to get blue glass. I don't know if this is going to work. This is just some thoughts forming in my head. what did we say it was? Observer block, wasn't it? Redstone and torches. Okay, then we're going to have a redstone so we can't use glass because redstone doesn't go on top of glass. So let's just use stone instead. What am I looking for? There. So I'm going to have to press shift to get it on top of those, otherwise I engage them. And then for sake of being able to see what this looks like, when it runs, is I want to put a sliver on top. So let's try this. Let's see what happens. Whoa! So, you all saw that, right? I'm going to have to put water back in these, I think. Yeah. It wasn't great, but as a mechanic, oh, there's one there. Now I need to switch that off, and I'll get sponge as well. So basically what we did was I ran a lever across these, which means that when it reaches them, it will power them, and they will dispense water, and as they dispense water, it will be detected in a row, and we'll get a rush of power as it passes, so we can follow a wave, if you like. So let's do that one more time. Keep an eye on the lights. Oh, the last one didn't. It doesn't detect even there. Get out of my way, sheep. Did it? Am I missing something, or did it? The only problem with this is keeping it filled with water. But we've got a way of doing that, right? Remember we did our thing the other day? And we do actually have a way of doing that. We did our command blocks, which just kept replacing and filling it. Did I put these in here? No. Why is that lying there? I don't understand why that's lying there, but anyway. I can't, well, you can, Barry, but it only dispenses one anyway. I mean, I could just, you're right, I shouldn't necessarily be, and I should be taking the empty buckets out. But it only dispenses one piece of water at a time, so there's no real point. So let's try that again. Keep an eye on the lights at both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It did. For some reason it doesn't there, but it does there. And I'm not sure why. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's the wave in, then we could sponge it. Then wave in, then sponge it. So what we need to do is automate this. Dispenser is blocked by glass on the far right, is it? So it is. That's why that keeps popping out. Yeah. What a strange... Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Robbie. Ah. Oh, it's that way, isn't it? That's the way we've got to do it. Right, let's try it this time. Sponge, sponge. Water, water. And action. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light. Yeah, it works this time. Magic, 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 magic. Okay, so that gives us a wave that comes in, automated. And then what we can do... the only problem is, how do we put that on repeat? I have an idea. Oh, okay, so now we need to work out how we would create that as a repeated function, because that's good. That's a wave coming in. Just imagine we've got some nice beach built up around here, and that's a wave coming in. The beach is here, and then what we need is we need a bit of yeah. So what we're going to need is it's not about cloning the buckets of water actually, Barry. We're going to have to clone these with water in them. So I'm going to have to put one there and then put a bucket of water in it. That's our master. And actually we're going to find out, let's just do that so we can find out what that position is. So we need to set up our master positions. So we are going to do... Dispenser is 1143. Oh, thank goodness we've not got any super complicated ones. Right, so then we're going to put the dispenser on it, and it needs to be facing the right way. So, oh no, not that. Our dispenser. There we go. Dispenser facing that way with water in it. And we need to find out what these. So let me just get some sponge again. Here we are. So we need to find out what the position of these is. And let me see if that goes... Oh, right. I tell you what else we need is that. Oops. We need both of these positions, that one and that one. So that's going to be 5. 11.4 to 11.53 is what we're going to need. So that's our little setup, which needs to go along here. This can remain, but our little setup has to go along in the meantime. And then what we need to do is find out what these are. And I can, settings, keyboard and mouse, auto jump off. What a pain. Right, there we are. So that's 245. So then its slots are 2, 4, 5. And then the next one is 247, therefore 9, therefore 11. Let me just double check that. So that's 9, 11, and that was, oh no, and 13. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Right. So then what we need is, and this is going to get complicated very fast, and I don't know if it's worth it. Give at p command underscore block, and then we're going to put a command block here, and we'll put it there. And in there I'm going to do clone 11, 4, 3, 11, 5, 3 to 2, 4, 5. Now you're probably thinking you're going to need a bunch of command blocks that make 5 of them appear, because I can only do, well, I only know how to do 1. But if I go into here and I do, so you can create a delay in there, or execute on first tick, needs redstone, unconditional, it's a repeat. And we're going to delay that in 3,000 chunks. No, let's do 1,000 chunks, which is a second. Sorry, ticks, not chunks. And then the hover note is going to be clone 1. That gives that little thing over there. Right. And it needs redstone, but I'm actually going to make it always active. Now let me see if this works. Why is it not cloning that into the... Did I say it was there? Let me just check I've got this right. 1143, 1153 to 245. Yep. So let me see. It's going to be on repeat, unconditional, always active, delay and ticks. Why is that not repeat? Do I need to, it's always active, so I don't think it needs redstone, but let me see if it works. We're troubleshooting again together. We always end up doing this, don't we? What's it saying? Previous output, nothing. Oh no, you know what? It's probably / clone. Oh, there we are, look. If I take that water out of there, I'm seeing, so it's / clone, which did 2 clones blocked. So it did it, it's just not repeating it. Always active, delay and ticks, repeat. Why is that not just repeating every X number of ticks? Oh, there's more water in there. Okay, so if I go into here and do that, a 1,000 ticks is just a no blocks cloned. Why? I didn't change the command. I just changed let's not delay it. I didn't move that and it's still got its water in it. Impulse repeat. Oh, there it is. It's back. I probably just because I didn't. Right. Okay. So let's just get rid of that. Oh yeah. So if I get rid of it, it keeps repeating. Look at that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what happens when I change the condition. It's back again. Look, endless water. So we've just got that repeating. So that works. Right. This is something. Kill the source. So if I... Now here's the thing, Barry, though. Here's the thing. What I'm now going to do... Now what I'm now going to do, as if I didn't have enough going on in my life, is I am going to have a detector rail then I want rails and powered rails. You know how this goes. Torch. In fact, let's have another powered rail there. And another torch. Anybody see what I'm doing? You see what's happening now? I don't really, I'm not too bothered about how many power rails I've got, because this isn't about electricity anymore. This is just about being able to trigger. This is a trigger, is all we're doing now. Torch again. I'm always getting rid of stuff. If your inventory's full, you can overwrite what's in it, which is a pain. Right, there we go. Let's try that. Okay, so what we should end up with is, we should end up, if I get a rail cart, just put one of these on just now. That should get the water out. And if I get some sponge and try to time this properly, so we got it. We basically got a repeating wave off, wave off, wave off. And the thing is, I'm actually using, but what if I just did that and it goes, oops. Oh, I'm doing that too quick. So wave, wave, how's that? So we've got it. We've actually made a machine which gives us, and then I'm assuming, let me just keep an eye on the lights here. If I do that, we get electricity every time. So we're getting pulses of electricity every time the wave comes in. Okay, I need to think this through. So now, here's the thing though. I've done my rail in the wrong place. So let me just go into there and take this, all copy. That was repeat, unconditional, always at. In fact, I can do my rail somewhere else. It doesn't matter. I'll do my rail going the other way in a minute. Right. So now what we need to do is we need to then take this and have a second. Now, see how this one has a circle in it and this one has an arrow in it. This is pointing to this one, which means once you've finished with this, move to the next, and as long as it's beside it, it will work. So you can stack command blocks. This one is going to be dirt. It also needs to be a repeat though, so hang on. Nope, not facing that way. Whoops. Let me just get rid of that just now. I might have to change the way this is running. I can't remember how to get it to face the opposite way. I wonder if it's if I change it to, it's already repeat. How do I get it to repeat to the next? Right, how did that work? There we are. Right, okay. So we're going to have to work this one out. So this one's going to be, let me just go and get the dirt. So that's going to be 1141. That we're going to put a piece of dirt, or glass actually, because glass will be better. And we're going to go in there and put /clone 1141. 1141 2, and then that location has to be this one. So that location is going to be 145. But we want to delay this one. Don't execute on first tick. Delay, and this is all going to be about timing, but let's try 200 ticks. Okay. Water, but no dirt. Okay, that's all right. We can fathom that. Right, why did that not 1141 1141? I got the right thing, didn't I? Not dirt, glass. Oh look, I've done D. Set command to D. There's a typo in it. Look, it's D. Syntax error. Right, okay, now we should have it. Pop. So we should do that, and then we should end up with glass. Why did we not get glass this time? I always get confused. What's that? Syntax error expected 5D at. Yeah, well, there isn't anymore. So I'm just going to do impulse repeat. Clone set. Right, now let's try it. Still no glass. Ah, okay. Okay. I'm thinking. This is what happens when I scratch or rub my head. I'm thinking. I thought that's all I needed to do with a command. With a chain. Oh, wait a minute. Chain. That's what I've done. I've done repeat. I think I need that to be chain. But then I'm sure if it's chain, it only does it once. So I'm going to have to find a command block trigger. So there's the first one. And then that was it. It didn't do either. Oh, it does. Look. What's going on here? So we got water. And then we got glass. And then we got water. And it worked. It worked. So we made them chain instead. Woo! Look at that. So we got water in our tide. And that's actually quite good timing. The only thing is I now need to work out how to make this happen in all of these locations so we can see if we can get some consistency. I don't think it has anything to do with the glass. I'm going to take this one out. Control Alt copy. Get out. Yeah, I think it's cancelling itself, which is good enough for me. I don't need any sort of official piece of glass to be shoved in there. That, as a chain, is cancelling itself as it goes round. I don't know what the difference is, though, if I make this a repeat. So if I make that repeat, it doesn't do anything. But if I make it chain, it does. So chain seems to have some... Oh, my head hurts with this. Chain seems to have some sort of... And I'm happy with that. What I don't know how to do is to get it, well, without... What I don't know how to do is to get one command block to do 5 locations. I'm going to Google that right now. Let me see what I can do with this. Yes. Command block clone multiple items is an actual search term. Oh, do you think it's the empty bucket? That's a brilliant thing, Robbie. That's what it is. It's dispensing it. So here's what's happening. Look at that. It's going water. That's what's happening. Spill the water, empty the water. Spill the water, empty the water. Brilliant, Robbie. That's what it's doing. I was thinking it was because I'd made it chain. So why doesn't that happen with repeat? Oh, because with repeat, all we're doing is, we're not chaining it. We're asking it to repeat the water command. We're saying clone here, spread water. Clone here, spread water. Clone here, spread water. But with this, we're doing spread water, basically dispense, dispense, dispense. And dispensing an empty bucket of water soaks up the water you had. So that is the perfect wave machine, if I could just get it to work on multiple places. So let's have a look. Okay, so according to this website, it's a simple case. Yeah, so the detector rail is why I want the detector rail. The detector rail says send a redstone command to here, which is brilliant. What this is doing, this is saying, and each time it's done, fill it up. But yeah, you're right. It's the detector rail that seems to be telling it when to do this, when this is to work. Because if I was to take away, you know what? I'm not even going to try and figure out why it's working. All I know is that it is. We can work that bit out later. But according to this, all I need to do is in here say and. Surely that can't be right. 247 and 249 and 2411 and 2413. No, I didn't think so. Let's see what the message is. First website, so yeah, syntax error and. I didn't think and was going to work. That's way too easy. If we press this plus button, we get to see our full command and we can just go back and get rid of that. It is awesome that it's working. I just need to find out how to get it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just wait and see. In the meantime, you can watch my beautiful work. My fantastic wave machine. Here's one. Let me see if this works. That's not going to work either. Can you just create a chain of the same block? Yeah, so that's what I was going to do originally, Melissa. I was going to... Yeah, so let's just take this. And then just have like... I don't suppose it really matters which way they're facing, but we can try and get them. See, I don't understand the logic of that. Oh, anyway. So let's do that, and then it's 247. So that's not working. It's clearly the same setup. Chain, unconditional, always active. Is that one execute on first tick? Is that what that is? No, just do. Is that still showing me a syntax error? Yeah, no, that's okay. So hang on a minute. I'm going to... So it turns out it's got nothing to do with command blocks. It turns out, which I think Robbie was trying to tell me, is that it's got nothing whatsoever to do, which is why that's doing it. So that's an interesting mechanic. That's a whole new Minecraft mechanic. Oh, I know why. It's because it's using the bucket to soak up the water. So it's just constantly replacing itself. So we could just do that with all of these. We don't need that. That's fascinating, don't you think? I think that's it's got. So hang on, that's even better. We didn't have to do a command block. And then all I need to do is give this, whoops, a water, and give this a water, and this a water. Ah, man, the things you discover about Minecraft, look at that. But we're afraid to ask. Ah, now that's caused a wee problem. That's just swapping out. I think it's because they're on slightly different times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop him. Then I'm going to sponge up the water. Make sure they've all got water in them, not... Slow down your clock. Okay. Nothing to do with... Okay, so you reckon the timing of the train will sort that. So let's try this. I've made sure they've all got water in them. Let's just see what it looks like while the train is on this timer. So that's speed out, speed back. Yeah, they've swapped out. Look, speed out, speed back. So do you think I should slow it down by adding... I just need to add more rails then if that's the case. So let's just get a rail set done that looks like maybe that size, do you reckon? Somewhere this is going to have to go in the ToyBox though, that's my only concern. So let's just... Oops, I did that one. Okay, so let's get a torch. I'm always amazed what we come up with these things. Let's get our power rails. Oh, I kept it going somehow. I don't even know what's going on with that. Okay, let me fix that just now. Hang on. Right. Right. Nope, it's not liking that. Even slower. It's just swapping out. Let me just check these are all doing what I think they're doing. Yeah, fill with water. Fill with... It shouldn't be, Barry, because what it's effectively doing is it's only creating one source. But then you're right, I wonder if they're too close together, but I kind of need them that close together to create the tide, right? I wonder if let me just see what happens if I take these out. Right, there we are, let's do that. It's just not doing it. And yet it does it when it's 1. Let's try again. Ah, they're on different times now, look. So one's draining while the other one's... There we go. But that's not draining. They're on different times again. Right, there we are. So water, drain. There we are. So 3 works. So yeah, they were just too close together. Water, drain. That's not bad. I mean, it doesn't work quite as well as the coded version, right? But it's not bad for the tide coming in and then the tide going out. Okay. Yes, Robbie, when 2 source blocks there's a space in between, it will create a new source. You're right. Robbie, where have you been all my life? Right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them 2 apart. And then, what's that? 2 apart. And then, there we go. Let's see what 2 apart looks like. And then I'll just move these. Because I want to make the perfect machine that we can then go and put into our world, which we'll now be doing tomorrow. Actually, no, let's do that tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening we'll do what room 117 wants. Let's get rid of, boom, there we go. So let's do there, put some water in there. Some water in there. Oops. Okay, let's see if this works. So we've got a good timer, I think. Right, water and get rid. Yes. And that actually looks a bit better, doesn't it? Look. Whoosh. Whoosh. I can just hear it now. Look, just close your eyes. Well, actually, if you close your eyes, you can't see it. But just imagine the sound of the sea. Listening to an old Ibiza album. Some come down tunes. John Satrinsa Beach. Where have you been all my life? Paisley. Very good. Right, so I'm very, very happy with that. I'm not getting any... No, I was going to say I'm not getting any buckets coming out of there, am I? Right, so this is what I'd like to build. Back in the ToyBox, right? So I'm going to take a picture of this. And I want to take a picture of this so I can mark out how many it is. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 by 6 is good timing, right? Do you think that's good timing? Yeah, that's good timing. 8 by 6. I could probably get away with 6 by 6, but I'll do 8 by 6 just now. What time is it? Oh, wow. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. So let's go back and I'll at least map out what it is that we want to do. Because here's the other tricky thing. When you start creating stuff like that, you need space for it. And in the ToyBox, we don't have space for it. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to extend, we're going to have it hidden in the wall here and extend the ToyBox slightly at the back and have the mechanics hidden inside the ToyBox. Which means when you come out, I'm just going to have to adjust the ToyBox. Nobody needs to, all I would do is move the door back and then extend it from there. So I'm quite happy with that. And then here we're going to have the electricity like set. We're going to have the observer block set on the water because I need this to come from here. So this needs to be our, let's start. What was it we had? We had dispensers. And then we had them 2 blocks apart. So let's say where we want to start. We want to start at this one. Dispenser, 2, dispenser, 2, dispenser, 2. Wow. We could have that all the way along there. That would be absolutely fantastic. All the way along. You know what? Let's give it a go. And then what that'll do is that'll actually create waves. Almost like waves. You know, waves don't come straight in, do they? They come in at an angle. Let's see if we can make this work. That'll do. And then I can have, and actually, yeah, I'll probably forego that one. These fish are going to get a shock. And then I'll have the, let's just break out of the box here. Okay. And then all the way along the top of that, I'm going to need the redstone, right? Let's just see if we can make this work. And actually I know how to keep it quite, I think I've got an idea about how to keep it quite thin in terms of its out the back. I'm going to have it run all the way up, all the way back with one trigger point at this end. That's all. So let's get some redstone. Oh, it's going to do that thing. So I'm going to have to, let me just, this is the easy part. So I can run along and make that easy. I'll continue it. I want to do a big experiment like this and then I'll continue it tomorrow. Okay, here goes. So now I can just walk along this and place that because it wouldn't normally let me place it. There's a few missing. Why is that? catch up on itself and not place them all, but that's okay. We're almost there anyway. There we are. Okay. Right, there it is. Whoops. Okay, so that's my, I'm actually just going to take this one out so I don't make a mistake of having anything running in there. This is my detector rail. That is my detector rail, and the problem is that redstone is not going to work for too long, so I'm going to need a redstone repeater, and I'm probably going to have to just put a repeater every, you know what, I might as well just have one every set. We can hide this later with a something on the front. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, let's just get rails, torches and power rails in preparation. Ordinary rails and power rails. So let's have power rail, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Power rail, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Imagine how the people making the railroads actually felt. Ah, Kansas City, miles away. Right, let's just get those and those and those. Let's just get them into place. Oh, that doesn't work, of course. We need, I'm going to need it to go one more out, because it doesn't, a detector rail can't be a corner. Rolls is rolls, but we can do that, right? Right, and then all we need is another set of this, so we can set redstone torches underneath. I'll do all the decoration later. People still with me? You haven't given up, have you? Don't give up on me. This is I've no idea if this is even going to work. Everybody's gone quiet because they're like, he's mad. He's actually lost it. You're just watching me having you know what you're watching right now, eh? You're watching a mental breakdown and you didn't know it. A midlife crisis. Not that I'm in my midlife, I'm just saying. Whoops. Did I get that one or oh no, I did that too early. Look, there we are. You know what this is called? This is Minecraft admin. This is the stuff nobody wants to do. Everybody's got the big ideas, but nobody wants to actually build the railroads. What about room 117? Is she still with us? Waiting in anticipation, Robbie. Good lad. Right, here we go. Right, only one thing left to do. And that is the slow job, I'm really sorry, of giving these things a bucket of water. 3 down. So let's try this again. I'm going to do /clear. What am I doing? /clear. Then I'm going to do water. And actually I might as well just and if you keep pressing it, it fills up your other inventory. So much for anonymity, Wrenchy. I suppose you couldn't answer me anyway. I'm such an idiot. Whoops. Oh, great. That's it, it's fixed. Oh, I've done it again. Right, okay. Woo! I don't even know what's happening anymore. I don't even know what to press. Right, there we go. If I build all of this and it fails, I don't even know. If it succeeds, then tomorrow we will finish it. Right, here goes. So what I'm going to do is, actually I don't even know why I did that, because I need to go all the way along the other side and I need to get the, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the thing here and then I'm going to run to the other side. Not real, car. Okay, ready? Oh, it's working. Right, quick. Right, here goes. Oh, it didn't continue. Oh, look at that. There's a broken bit. Ah, oh, man. One bit of redstone, which means they're all going to be offset now. Oh. And it didn't work anyway. It didn't work. And I think we know why it didn't work. Do you remember? I know why it didn't work. It didn't work because water doesn't spread on water. So we're going to have to lift the beach up. This just has to be beach all the way along here and as if the sea wasn't there and have the sea coming in. That's what that is. Man. Okay, so let's, oh look, it worked for all of these and not all of the other ones. Oh, so that's okay, because that just means that what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to swap these out for water. Just kill that. Water doesn't spread on water. So that's our number one lesson. Right, what have we got in there? Water, water, empty. Right, this time. Man, talk about doubling your efforts. What the? Keep looking as if to say, are we there yet? So I'm not lifting the beach manually. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm going to go into MCEdit first. So we'll do that in a second. Oops. I know, right? I know. If I could get people logged in, this would be awesome, because I would have some help, right? Oops. Okay, so now I'm going to save and exit. Let's just quickly run into let's close this down. Quickly run into MCEdit. Head into here. There we are. So we can see it's working. So now what I need to do is lift, or maybe not lift actually, what am I doing? I need to just create sand, really. Whoops. It's just there, that's it. Then put that bottom one down and pull it all the way along to the end. So actually the water is entirely unnecessary in that piece, which is a real shame. That's all just beach. Okay, that's okay, it's alright, like, just changes the design slightly. Whoops. Sand, fill. And then what I'll do is I'll create more of a, what did I do? Oh no, undo that, fill. I didn't put sand in, I didn't select it. You have to click OK and then fill with sand. Right, okay, so that gives us a sandy beach down here. It's not bad. I'll do more decorative stuff over there later. File, save, and quit. Back into Education Edition. And we're coming up on 2 hours, folks, and you're still with me. Maybe you guys are having the crisis as well. So here goes. Still in caps. You guys able to see? You are able to see that, right? Yeah, it's good. Okay, play in world play. Right. Oh, dead fish. Sorry, folks. I shouldn't find that as funny as I do, but I do. We'll just gather up the fish. Actually doesn't look too bad, does it? Okay, here goes. All right, I'm going to set this rail cart. Okay, this is it, folks. This is it for the day. Come on. Right, there we go. Here it comes. We could have multiple. Oh, there's the tide coming in. So it goes into there. So I can do some decorative stuff with that. And then that's maybe too long actually. So what I'd probably need are multiple carts. And there's the tide going back. No, actually, that's not bad. The only problem is observer blocks only detect water and give us a pulse. They don't give us... So what would that do? How would we work that? Oh, right, there we go. Tide in. So observer blocks only recognise the change of status, not the block. But you know what? I'm really happy about that. It's working. there's the water disappearing. That's fantastic. And as far as hiding it's concerned, it only needs to... I just need to build another wall that doesn't quite stop at the bottom. Just stops there. I just need to thicken that wall. Yeah, it pulses twice. So from above, all we would see is, if you were looking down on this, you would just see the sea coming in. Oh, that is fantastic. And I can play around with the sand to make it look as if it's not quite, you know, I can move the sand and have some rocks in there and just make it look more sea-like. My shoulders hurt. So we did it. It's a 2-hour stream. But we came up with something mechanical rather than code, which I love. We're obviously going to work code in as well, but we've got a mechanical tide. Our next problem, which is tomorrow at 12, is how do we work out how to make that generate electricity? We already have a stream that does that, but not quite that. We needed the constant ebb and flow of... I'm going to go back and look at that world tonight or tomorrow. So listen, folks, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind, but I have these big ideas that I believe can work in the classroom, and I believe that we can genuinely model real-world learning and real-world learning concepts using Minecraft, and sometimes I just need time to prove it. So thanks for sticking with me. Tomorrow at 12, we continue on this journey. I will see you then. Everybody stay safe. Stay healthy, stay indoors, and stay sane. Bye.